If you've been lifting for a while, but when you look in the mirror, you feel like you're not making progress, this video is for you. You probably already go to the gym, watch endless fitness content online, and you try to eat healthy, but you've never gotten the lean physique that you actually want. I remember 3 years ago, I felt the same way. I was constantly trying to find some special diet, new workout split, or exercise I could use to make faster progress. I had a decent base of muscle and had been in the gym for a few years and decided I was going to do what every guy wants to and finally commit to the bulk. After a few months of eating everything I could, going to the gym 6 days a week, and sometimes going in for double sessions, I felt like I had barely made any progress, especially because of how hard I was trying. I had gotten stronger for sure, and I could squat a ton of weight, but I just looked like a softer, more out of shape version of myself. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I hadn't built some muscle, I had just put on a ton of fat as well. All I wanted to do at that point was cut down, see my abs, and just look and feel better for everyday life. But everywhere I looked online, it seemed so complicated. So I started this channel with one goal in mind. I wanted to create one place where anyone could go to learn exactly how to get lean, build muscle, and finally have a physique they're happy with. In this video, I'm going to explain what you need to do if you've been stuck making little to no progress in the gym, whether you just started getting back into it or have been lifting for years. This is the most common place guys get stuck. You built some muscle, but if the average person were to look at you, they'd barely be able to see all the work that you put in. Most guys get to this point and say, whatever, I just need to stop caring about my body fat and I'll just cut down later. And what ends up happening is they stay stuck in this middle zone forever. Not lean enough to see their muscle, not big enough to look like they lift with a shirt on, and honestly, just looking pretty average. The reality is, once you have more than 15 to 20% body fat on you, your body literally builds less muscle and stores most of your food as more fat instead of using it as fuel. The sweet spot to make progress in the gym while still looking and feeling good for everyday life is 10 to 12% body fat, and I'll stand by that. I know I get a ton of comments saying you can only get lean if you're in your 20s, but with the right system, you can get a lean and healthy body from basically any starting point or age. If you don't believe me, just check this out. This is Josh and Zach. Both of them are dads in their mid-30s with full-time jobs, young kids, and all the same stressors you probably have in your life. When we applied what I teach you on my channel, they were both able to get to single-digit body fat without making the gym their entire life. We did something that goes against what most of the fitness industry tells you. We didn't bulk them up and then do some crazy crash diet to get them lean. They needed something that worked around their schedule and allowed them to live normal lives. This is why my advice for most guys who lift but still look average is not to bulk. It's to get lean first. Once you get to that 10 to 12% body fat mark, you're going to be able to train harder, build more muscle, and actually see progress basically from session to session. And the hard truth is, you just look bigger when you're lean. This was me 2 months ago at the start of the year versus now. I'm down almost 15 pounds on my cut and look so much bigger. The funny thing is, most guys have never actually been lean before and they don't even know what their genetics are capable of. I mean, you literally could have the craziest physique, but you just aren't consistent enough or you have too much fat covering the muscle that you built. So where should you actually start then? Well, I want you to take your goal body weight and multiply it by 14. This will be the amount of calories you start at. So for example, if you're a 200-pound guy at 6 foot and you want to be lean and ripped at 185, you should be eating around 2,600 calories. For your diet, aim for mostly whole foods, trying to cook most of your meals at home. For me, when I want to get lean, I just find 4 to 5 simple to cook meals that I enjoy, and then I just rotate through them. I'll weigh them out for the first week or two, and once I understand portion sizes, I just stick to those meals. Now, 2,600 calories is still a good amount of food, but on this channel, our goal is not to just starve ourselves and end up looking skinny or skinny fat. We want to become more of an athlete, so we move more, starting with 20 to 30 minutes of low-intensity cardio every day and a walk in the mornings or evenings. If your schedule is packed, you can do a bit more of an aggressive diet, multiplying your goal body weight by 13 and then just sticking with 10 to 15 minutes of low-intensity cardio after your workouts. This could be walking on a treadmill or using the Stairmaster. Now, this is where you're going to mess up. At first, progress isn't going to be crazy fast. You're not going to lose 20 pounds in a few weeks, especially if you've spent years not taking care of your body, your metabolism, and your health. So I need you to do one thing for me. If you want to actually get lean and stay that way for life, I need you to stick to this plan for at least 6 weeks before changing anything. This gives your body time to adapt, start building some muscle, and begin losing fat. When your weight loss slows down, just add more cardio or drop the food by another 200 to 300 calories. This is the reverse pyramid dieting strategy that I teach on my channel, and it's why the guys I work with can get lean one time, stay that way for life, and they don't ever rebound and gain the weight back. We retrain their body and metabolism instead of just crash dieting them down to get as much weight off as possible. Personally, I start with lowering my fats to around 50 grams, and then I start pulling from my carbs. My protein generally sits at least body weight, and I usually stack most of my carbs before and after my workouts, especially when I get deep into the cut. Getting lean shouldn't take starving yourself, training every day, or feeling like it's your whole life. When you eat the right way to fuel your body and training with carbs, you don't just cut super aggressive and instead steadily chip away at your calories, and then you just go out for more walks or low intensity cardio after your workouts, you'll be able to finally break out of that plateau you've been stuck in. It's simple, it works, and it allows the average guy to finally fix their metabolism, start building muscle, and see more progress in the gym. If you want all of this put together in one place with workouts, meals, and the full protocol for fixing your metabolism and cutting properly, you can check out my program, the Lean Body Accelerator. It's exactly what I wish I had when I started, and we've got more than 100 guys in there applying the same system and finally getting lean. It's in the description below if you want to join, and if you want to understand how you can get lean once and then stay that way all year, you should watch this video next.